Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Alexey Adamovsky. I was working for many years as a full-stack Java enterprise developer, but finally a few years ago transitioned to JavaScript and now work as a founding engineer at Augment. At Augment, as Malik said, we empower companies with fancy modern AI tools, and the fanciest, the most modern AI tool is MCP. So the first question before we start, does anyone actually use MCP or was trying to build one? Okay, cool. So for those who have never tried and never heard of that, MCP is a kind of plugin system for your LLM clients, for ChatGPT, for Claude, and so on, for Cursor. It's an open source protocol that allows your server to interact with the client in agentic mode. That means something like how Cursor works when you or any other vibe coding tool. When you put a request in there, it does not respond to you right away. It can think a little bit around, call other third-party systems and give you the answer after iterating. So you can do the same with ChatGPT or any other client by connecting various MCP servers. So the main question is why you should care about that. Here's a simple example from our actual customer who are not super technical people, but they managed to connect a simple MCP server for database with market knowledge database. And now they do not need to write SQL queries, but they can query database in natural language. And for your development process, you can imagine adding, for example, to Cursor, adding Sentry MCP, adding bug tracking MCP, and not just vibe coding, but vibe fixing bugs. So you can have the entire development process inside your ADE, and you don't need to switch to different other systems. And yes, you can run Doom on MCP. So what is MCP under the hood? It's actually pretty simple, despite so much talks around it. It's pretty simple protocol, at least nowadays, which basically exposes three types of entities: tools, resources, and prompts. And to be honest, tools is the main one that you're probably going to be building if you will be building an MCP server. Essentially, it's very similar to just API endpoints when you define some handling logic and you expose that handling logic to LLM client. So LLM client connects to with an HTTP stream with server-side events. I will cover later what is server-side events and why do we need them. But it's the important fact that it's bidirectional connection that calls some tools. Resources and prompts. And the message that is sent over that connection is pretty simple. It's just simple JSON RPC like this. This is an actual request that calls some tool, I think, I don't remember. And the third big part is authentication. If you publish your MCP server, you will probably need to have some authentication. And regular OAuth is a part of the protocol. So you are able to reuse your existing OAuth server for that. So how to build an MCP? You first you need to choose your language and choose the SDK. Two most popular ones are Python and Node.js. So you take an SDK, you define a server with some metadata like server name, description, maybe some version compatibility information. Then you define tool handling logic in this example is just addition tool. And that's all. You have your MCP server, really. And that's all you need if you need to show a demo or you need to show some proof of concept. But if you want to have a really useful MCP server, at least for yourself, you need to consider more things. First one is client capability. This MCP world today looks very similar to early days of web, when you need to be compatible with every browser specifically. So right now, if you want to be 100% compatible with all clients, you can use only tools. As you can see, there are other features that are not supported a lot. But you can come up with some reasonable trade-off and decide which clients you wanna support. And you can also add an initialization step, which allows you to interact with the client and come up with a common subset of features that you both support. And even if some clients do not support some essential features, you can just adjust the logic itself, because you have the information about which exactly client is using your server, which features it supports, and so on. That is very useful because clients are very, very different. And not all of them strictly follow the protocol. So I will show more about that later. But one interesting subset of client capabilities that are usually not covered with those three items are update notifications, sampling, and elicitation. Update notifications are those server-side events. It's a way for your server to initiate communication. For example, it's similar to like push notifications, for example. So, for example, you can have a